All right, today we are making a nutrient-dense frittata. This is gonna get the 5 key ingredients that all superwomen need to stay superpowered and functioning throughout the day with top energy. So here's what I picked, and let me tell you why. We've got eggs. Remember, eggs are high in omega-3 fats. They also have a lot of protein in them. You get about 7 to 10 grams of protein in one single egg, which is a win-win. And then we've got spinach. I love spinach for all the antioxidants, the iron, all these great nutrients that we need. It has fiber as well. Mushrooms are going to be a part of this recipe, and remember, my mushrooms are in here for a very specific reason. They have selenium. Who can tell me what selenium helps? It helps the thyroid, which sits right here in the middle of our neck and regulates so much of what we do. And then last but certainly not least, I've got garlic in here. Love good garlic for lots of reasons. It's an antihistamine, it's an anti-inflammatory, and it helps to keep us on our toes. So we're going to start by making this, starting with some olive oil. Now here's quiz time. Who can tell me why I picked olive oil? Olive oil, I've got about a tablespoon or so of olive oil. And by the way, we're going to post this recipe, and I'm making about half of it because I can't eat all of this, but you can do whatever you want with the recipe. Make the whole thing, make half. But I'm taking about a tablespoon and a half of olive oil, sprinkling it directly into my little skillet here. Olive oil, answer to the quiz there, is high in omega-9s, really important in regulating hormones, skin health, hair health, and so much more. So we've got our olive oil in. I'm going to raise the heat a little bit here, so hopefully we can get this going. And then to that, I've gone ahead and I've diced up a little bit of garlic, about 1 clove of garlic. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Saute all of this together just a bit and let that start to roast and get the flavors out and really get everything to kind of melt together there. It smells so good. I love the smell of garlic, I've got to be honest. But meanwhile, while that's happening, I'm going to go ahead and put my mushrooms in, because remember, mushrooms take a little bit longer to cook than everything else. So let's go ahead and put some mushrooms in here. We're going to sprinkle those in. Let all of that kind of turn, kind of that white translucent color there. So we're going to keep that going. While that's cooking, I'm going to come over here and start beating my eggs. So I took out 4 eggs. The full recipe calls for 8, but I've got 4 here. So how many grams of protein is that? 4 times 7 is 30. This is a protein punch right here. So we're going to mix all this together. I'm just going to beat these eggs, and meanwhile I've got the mushrooms going. Beat, 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 let's go, come on. All right, so that's pretty ready. Got kind of the right consistency there. And here's what I like to do. This recipe also calls for a little bit of milk, and I picked regular lactose-free milk, but you can use oat milk, coconut milk, rice milk. You can use any other variation of milk you'd like to use. This recipe calls for about 2 tablespoons. I'm only going to put 1 tablespoon in, remember, because I halved it. Let's pour that out. All right, I'm going to continue to beat that. How are these mushrooms doing over here? Ooh, they're starting to look yummy. Like, I could just eat this, quite honestly. I'm going to lower this heat just a bit. But there we go. Oh, I feel like a chef. Look, can I flip them? I don't know if I can flip them. Well, I'm not going to get that adventurous, but anyhow, let me continue to beat this stuff up here. Let's put the spinach in, and the reason I put the spinach in last is because I like my spinach bright green. I hate mushy spinach where it's all wilted and dark. I like it bright green, so I always put it in last no matter what I'm doing. And to this, I'm going to go ahead and pour in this mixture. And I love how it just all kind of comes together. But guess what we forgot? We forgot to season it. So I like adding in a little bit of Parmesan. Again, you can have fun with this. You don't have to do Parmesan. You can do feta. You can do any other type of cheese. You can do nutritional yeast if you don't want to do anything that has dairy in it. But I'm putting this Parmesan in, which I love. Just a little pinch of salt. Not too much, because the Parmesan, remember, already makes it salty, and just a little pinch of black pepper or mixed pepper. And again, that's another thing you can vary and have fun with as well. Let this sit for just a minute. You can tell it's kind of coming together. I don't know if you can see that there. So I'm going to let it kind of firm up at the bottom, flip it over. It's that easy, guys. And I've gotten in the 5 key ingredients. 5 superfoods is what I call them for women's health. Between the eggs with the B vitamins, omega-3s, and the protein, the spinach with the iron, the antioxidants, and even the vitamin C. We've got the garlic as an anti-inflammatory and antihistamine. We also have the mushrooms with some iodine in them, and of course a little bit of fiber there as well. And then we've got the olive oil, which has got those omega-9 fats, which really helps our skin and our hair. So this is a great breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You choose, but this is such a quick way. How long did it take? Under a couple minutes just to put this together and have a healthy meal to keep our energy up throughout the day. We're almost done here. Want to make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom. We want that center part there to be a little firm before you flip it. All right, so we're pretty firm now. You can tell the center's firm, getting these last pieces to cook up a little bit. And then we're gonna slide it directly into this plate here. Should have gotten a spatula. Would have made things a lot prettier, but anyhow, nothing's perfect. So mine's not perfectly round, but nothing I ever do is perfect that way. I'm such a messy cook. But to that, if you wanted, and I love Parmesan, I can add a little bit more Parmesan on top, and there we go. We're ready to indulge in this beauty. I post new videos every Thursday. Don't forget to like and subscribe.